What is up, lads? Welcome to another video. This is Sean, aka ABL Frosty, and today I'm back doing what it's probably my favourite video to do. It's a little post commentary to Green Bad Hardpoint. As you can see, gameplay, nothing too special about it. I think we won the game. It is PTFO. I think I tried to get in the hardpoint a lot. I don't really know. But anyway, the main thing about this video, or what this video is about, is it's oh, I'm out of breath. I've just been for a run, but. Yeah, me go for a run. Funny. Anyway, yeah, this video is about the new COD and sort of my opinions on it. What I want to. Oh, I've fallen off the map. Okay. Oh dear. Anyway, it's about the new COD, sort of what I think about it, what it might be, what I want it to be. I want you to remember before I start talking, like, I'm mainly talking from a competitive standpoint. Obviously, I upload a lot of pubs, gameplay, etc. Only I'm a competitive player. You know, it's the reason I get on and play COD. I play GBs, 8s, whatever the fuck it is. You know, that's ultimately, you know, why I'm on COD each day. And so my opinions are going to be heavily centered towards those interests, you know what I mean? But let's just assume it's a Black Ops 3. Question is, do they include the exosuits? Now, at first everyone was pretty confident that the exosuits were going to go, but I've heard a few rumours they might be back, and if so, sort of how? And I'm sort of wondering, I want the exosuits. This is an unpopular opinion, and I know a lot of people disagree with it. I think it adds a level of competition. I think it increases the skill gap a bit, because ultimately, it obviously adds skill in terms of how good your movement is. My movement isn't even the best, so I'm not even going to say I benefit from it that much. But as well as that, it's also a heck of a lot harder to shoot someone who's jumping and dashing through the sky than it is to someone who is at best running along the floor. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, it adds. Yeah, it just adds something to the game, and I like that. I think it's a bit fresh, it's enjoyable. Also, I don't know now, because I, you know, ultimately Ghost was my first full game. I've played Black Ops 2 a bit. I know sort of the basic background about it, but the question, like, sort of is, a lot of people are saying they don't really want another futuristic COD, but if Treyarch are going to go with a Black Ops 3, you know, obviously Black Ops 2 was futuristic, at least to a point. It was, I think, 2050 or something, wasn't it? And, you know, can they somehow go back? And then, you know, people were suggesting maybe it'll be a World War II game, but the thing with that is, and Semskull made this point in one of his videos recently. If you don't know who he is, he's another PS4 competitive player. He plays in the US. He's got a decent YouTube channel. And he was making the point that, like, in the World at War, the last World War II COD game, it wasn't very good for competitive. I think, obviously, I wasn't playing back then, but I'm fairly sure they played COD 4 for 2 years because they didn't like World at War. And so, actually, I'm not sure about that, but I think something like that happened because competitive was awful on it. And the reason for that is all the assault rifles, apart from one, were semi-automatic. Semi-automatic guns online in competitive just isn't that good. And so, for that reason, I'd rather they didn't. I reckon it would make a good campaign. You know, I reckon it would probably get good reviews. It would lead to a lot of stuff. Obviously, World War II is a very interesting time. There's a lot that can be done there, but ultimately, I just don't want to see it. I want to see something that's good for competitive. I want to see Black Ops 2 because I missed out playing competitive with Black Ops 2. I know what the maps were. I've played the game, and I just want to see something like that. I want to see another standard COD. Exosuits or not, I like them, but if they don't work, they don't work. Just literally something very similar to Black Ops 2 would just be perfect. Not necessarily the same game modes. I'd love to see Hardpoint back. I fucking love Hardpoint. Obviously S&D will stay, and then maybe one new game mode. Scrap CTF and Uplink. There's nothing wrong with them, but just add a bit of freshness. You know, I don't know what this game mode could be. In fact, I'm actually going to try and sort of sit here and try and think of a competitive game mode. Perhaps if you had a map and right, I'm out. I don't know. I can't think of a new competitive game mode. I apologise. My thought processes are not that advanced, but you know what I mean. You know, Uplink, who would have dreamed that shit up? I mean, they did rip it off from Halo, but Halo had to dream it up from somewhere. Blitz was dreamed up from something. So you know, all that's going on. And the other thing, Treyarch have. Well, the COD community has sung their praises, really, in terms of how they supported competitive. And ultimately they did. They were the first to really sort of go for it, if you will. You know, Black Ops 2 saw competitive COD really blow up. You know, the first COD champs, or it's the first one called COD champs, there have been $1 million tournament before, which people seem to forget, which is on MW3 OG1, of course. And, you know, they supported it, but ultimately, you know, Infinity Ward last year did just as much as, well, actually, no, they didn't do as much travel. They didn't have league play, which was perhaps a disadvantage, but they still had a competitive playlist, at least in the end. They still had a decent broadcaster mode. They had esports rules in the game. And so Sledgehammer, admittedly, you know, they've not given full support, which is what annoys me. Is, I reckon, 90% of the reason competitive Call of Duty isn't working. They have, you know, they've given us ranked play, they've given us a broadcaster mode, they've given us esports rules. But ultimately, the fact that, and this always annoys me, people often criticise MLG of holding COD esports back, and MLG.TV, there are pros and cons to that. I'm not going to get into that debate, but MLG as a company is, to be honest, the only reason COD esports is what it is. I've fallen off the map again. MLG is the only reason COD esports is what it is. It's tournaments, like, I mean, UMG is helping it as well, but it's tournaments. You know, the fact that MLG is the only company that can really support it says a lot, because Activision have the potential to host, you know, 5 or 6 tournaments a year. Not necessarily all of $1 million, perhaps if they raised the prize pool of COD champs, which they can afford to do, and they had a few other tournaments perhaps with more modest prize pools. If you look at how League works and how Dota works and things like that, CSGO as well, and you'd see, but the fact that MLG has to be the one to put on these tournaments, put up these prize pools, because without MLG, COD would die, says a lot. And that's just because Activision doesn't support us enough, and I'm still quite angry about that, to be honest. And it's kind of the pros and cons to MLG.TV. Obviously, it limits growth. It doesn't completely stop it. Like, I mean, that's silly, you know. There are ways for COD esports to grow without MLG.TV. But with MLG.TV, sorry. But what it does is it brings in a lot of money for MLG, and it brings in a lot of money for the pros that stream on there. They're going to make more money on MLG.TV than Twitch. That's just a fact. And MLG will make more money from it, which allows them to pump it into prize pools for events and stuff like that, which is necessary for esport. But at the same time, obviously with Twitch, you would probably end up with more viewers, more casual people will discover it. So, you know, it's a back and forth. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to stick a bit of music on till the end. Sorry, my voice is beginning to go. There should be a new FFA Friday up soon. Almost definitely not on Friday, but yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. See you guys. Follow me on Twitter, like my Facebook page, whatever. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.
Falling on the ground, long day but we won't back down. One thing playing on our minds, long wait but we won't give up now. You crave the love I gave and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now, the ground shakes as our love gets loud. Champions of the night. We are the champions of the night. Yeah. We are the fighting type, the ones that burn so bright. We are the champions of the night. Can't tell if we're dreaming now. We watch as the fire falls down. One thing playing on our minds. Time stops and we don't make a sound. You crave the love I gave and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as I champion.